Hey folks, Saksham this side from AceIPM. I am Rohtak's IPMAT and IP-LAT forms are out today. And in this video, we are going to have a discussion in terms of how do you go about filling the form. So without any further ado, let's begin. Now in terms of the dates, the form is already out now and it should be available. It should be live till April 10th, 2023. So I suggest you fill before that time. Also, one important clarification over here. The last time we covered the admission notification for IIM Rohtak, the weightage component of all the admission process selection criteria was not given. However, today they have updated that on their website in the IPM FAQ section, wherein they say that the components remain same and unchanged as of last year. So it is 45% weightage given to your entrance examination, 15% given to your interview scores, and 40% given to your past academics, which is nothing but your class 10th as well as 12th marks. So that is how your entire admission selection is going to be like. Now in terms of your form, you need to come to the website, click here to apply. Once you click that is when you come to this screen, you need to click on register here. Once you go to that, you will have this pop-up come up. Over here, you have some important instructions that you should be reading. One of the very important instructions over here is that you need to provide your correct name, date of birth, mobile number and email address, because these information pieces cannot be changed later. However, every single thing that you're filling out in this particular form has to be correct so as to avoid any problems later on. So please keep that in mind. Once you click OK, there will be another privacy notice that you will have to agree to, and once you do that is when your registration process starts. It will ask you for your name. This should be your full name and this should be as per your class 10th and 12th mark sheets. So please keep that in mind. Your date of birth, you have to be born on or after 30th June 2003, and that is only when you are eligible to fill out this form. Your email address has to be something which you are checking regularly so that you don't miss out any important information. Your nationality, country of residence, which in most of the cases is going to be India for most of you. Your mobile number, again something which is for your correspondence. You should be keeping a check on your SMSs as well as your calls so as to make sure that you are not missing anything important with respect to IPMAT Rohtak or any other form that you're filling out. You click on I agree, you enter the captcha code and you click on submit. Once you do that, your ID as well as password will be mailed to you as well as you will get it on your SMS. So the mail would look something like this. It will have your user ID, it will also have your password. Basis of which you can click here to log in, enter those details and your form will open up. The form will ask you details again in terms of your personal, academic, city preference and document upload. Your personal details mostly is already taken care of when you were filling the registration part, but again it will have certain additional fields as well which you need to fill in, which is your father's name has to be your father's full name basis of your 10th mark sheet, mother's full name, your gender, your category. If in case you're filling anything other than general category, you also need to make sure you have a valid certificate to prove that later on. If you are somebody who falls under the DAP category, you need to fill it in over here. Then comes your address details. Please fill in your current correspondence address, and if it is different than your permanent address, you click no and fill the address. If both of them are same, you click on yes and you continue further. So that is how it's going to be like. If in case you're also applying for IPL, which is integrated program in law, you need to apply and click yes or no over here. And in that case, as we already covered in our previous video as well, you have this exam for IPM 80. In addition to that, you have to give these 20 additional questions. You have to answer these 20 additional questions in 20 additional minutes if in case you're also sitting for the integrated program in law aptitude test. So that is one distinction over here. So let's say if I click no, the data will be saved, and then comes your academic details. You need to consider only best of 5 subjects, and the form is, this time at least, they have made it in a very elaborate manner that it leaves no chance of any miscalculation. Why? Because over here you need to fill in the best of 5 subjects that you are going to choose, the marks that you have obtained and the maximum marks, basis of which they'll calculate your total marks, total maximum marks and your percentage as well. This percentage will also go over here in aggregate marks in percentage up to 2 decimals. If it is 95.27, you fill in it as 95.27 only. You cannot make it 95.3 or 95 or 96 or something like that. Keep it exact till the second decimal place. Your board will come over here, your school name will come here, and your year of completion will come here. Now there will be certain boards wherein you are not given marks, but you are essentially given grade points. Now, in terms of the conversion of that grade point, you need to make sure whatever your board says in terms of how the conversion has to be, you follow that. For example, during my time, CBSE had CGPA system in class 10th, and the conversion method was that you multiply your CGPA by 9.5. On the other hand, there are certain boards down south who recommend you multiply your CGPA by 10 in order to get your percentage. Whatever your board says, whatever your board's official regulation says, is what you will have to follow in terms of the conversion process. So again, keep that thing in mind. There should not be any problem, any error in your calculation of your class 10th as well as 12th marks, because I've seen people get their admissions rejected, fee forfeited, because they filled something wrong in terms of your 10th and 12th percentage, because your admission criteria has 40% weightage to these two marks. So any difference of even 1 pointer or 1% can lead to drastic results, drastic changes in the final result tally, which is why it is very important, it is very imperative that you make sure that everything that you're filling in, at least in this particular part of the form, it has to be 100% correct. Same goes for your class 12th examinations also. If in case you are a dropper, you have already given your 12th in 2021 or 2022, you fill in as yes, and the same process you followed over here in 10th is to be followed in the case of 12th as well. However, let's say you are still appearing for your class 12th examinations, right? You are currently in class 12. So you click that, it will give you a pop-up, right? So if in case you are going to be graduating from your class 12th by June 30, 2023, you can still apply, and you close it. You fill in your board, which in my case would be CBSE. You fill in your college institute name. So let's say DPS Indirapuram. So you can fill in, that, and then you just save and next. Again, the same note is given, which is also given on top. So the same thing follows. I need not repeat that once more. Save and next. Yeah. Now city preference details. Over here, you need to fill in 3 cities for your preference. In terms of your center. So even though the examination is for IPMAT Rohtak, you need not necessarily go to Rohtak to fill in, to appear for this exam. You can give it at your own convenience in multiple test centers that they have. So for example, if I am somebody who's currently living in Noida, so in my case, my first preferred city is Noida, second could be Ghaziabad, third could be Delhi. That is how I would personally fill it, because all the 3 cities are in a geographical proximity to me. For you, it could be different. You have plenty of cities available here. Choose the top three as per your liking and click on save next. There is a third city option also, which is available over here. Once you click on save and next is when you are asked to upload your passport size photograph and signature. You need to click here to upload. You will have a detailed guideline in terms of what kind of photo you need to upload. It should not be any more than 6 months old. You should have multiple copies of that. You should bring the same photo to the examination center during the day of examination, and also it has to be of a maximum size of 80 kilobytes. The background has to be white. So keep all these things in mind. Upload your photograph. Same goes for signature. Signature has to be clear. Ideally should be on a white background. Upload a JPEG file, and that should be of maximum 80 kbs. Now, one thing that I want to clear over here is that there may be cases, because an AI is figuring out what sort of photograph and signature you are uploading to minimize errors. There may be cases wherein you put in or upload a valid photo or a valid signature, but it says that face is not visible or signature is not visible. Don't panic. Just try to click a better image. Try to go for an alternative image. I tried uploading my signature. It was not taking it. So I again signed it on a different piece of paper, clicked the photo and uploaded, and it worked. So in that case, if you're getting error, try switching and try, taking better angles, better clarity, and the upload should work just fine over here. Now, given that I have filled in the form as an appearing candidate for class 12, it is not asking me for my class 12 mark sheet, but it is asking me for my class 10th mark sheet. The way you need to put it in is, again, there are certain guidelines. It has to be a PDF file, maximum 150 KB. It should be properly visible, and it has to be self-attested. Now, what it means in terms of, self-attested and duly attested through notary public. Ideally, usually, the colleges are fine even if your mark sheet is self-attested or either of the two has been done. But given that they have given it as an instruction in their form, it is better that you also get your mark sheet attested through a notary public as well. So that, the way it works is, you take the mark sheet, you take it to your nearest notary public. You can ask your parents, they'll know, where notary publics are, or you can Google it as well. You go to those people, they'll charge you some money, they'll attest your mark sheet, which is basically looking at the original and clarifying and stating that the mark sheet that you're uploading to this form is duly attested and it has been verified to be genuine. So they do it, and then on top of that you need to self-attest it as well, which is essentially signing on top of the picture that you are uploading, right? So that is how your attestation process works. Ideally attest it both ways, through a notary public as well as self-attestation, because it has an and condition and not an or condition. Similar thing happened last year as well. However, Rohtak was still fine even if it was just self-attested and not attested through notary public. But as a safety measure, given that it is there in the form, it's better that you get attested, you attested both ways. So that is how it needs to be done. Upload it over here. Once everything is done, it will show me the final fee amount, which is going to be 4,175 rupees to fill out this form. You need to click these declarations. Before submitting, please preview the form. It will give you a proper picture in terms of what all details have you filled in. Make sure that the signature photo, all of them are visible, documents, everything is visible. Just look at it, make sure everything is nice, verified, all the details are right. Ask your parents or your friends to check it once. Once you are 100% sure that every single piece of information that you have filled in is true, correct, 100% verified, the marks that you're filling in for your 10th and 12th are of best of 5, they are accurate to the second decimal place as well, is when you need to submit the form. And to submit, you click close, you click on submit, and then it will ask you to check your photograph, it will ask you to check your signature, your mark sheet. Once you have checked all 3 of them, once you click on submit, you will have a page like this open up. You need to make the payment over here. Once you have made the payment, you will get a confirmation on your email. Even if you don't fret, wait for a couple of days. Either your money will be refunded or it will be reflected on your form and you will get a confirmation, basis of which you can proceed with your application. This is also why I don't recommend people to delay this process till the last week, because in that case, if there is some problem in terms of your your payment or something like that happens, in that case you tend to panic because not a lot of time is left, and in that case people either fill the form again or the form gets stuck and then it causes problems later on. So ideally, get done in terms of form filling by the month of March itself. And that's about it. Like this video if in case you found it helpful. Comment down your queries if you have any. Share this video with your friends who might as well find it helpful. Subscribe to the channel for more such videos, and I'll see you in another one. Till then, stay safe, take care, all the best, and bye-bye.